Good morning, friends. Happy Monday, or happy Monday for me at least. And welcome back to the vlog. I thought I would turn the camera on this week and just see what I get up to. We're starting off strong this Monday because the Harry Styles London pre-sale goes on today. So I'm trying my best to try and get one of the dates and entice my friend Kayla, I went to Iceland with, to come over across the pond to see Harry Styles. So I've got also a meeting at 11, which is two of the dates go live. So I also have Murphy working some tickets for us as well. So we will see. But that is how I'm starting my Monday off. Crossing my fingers. We'll see. Last time I had Murphy try to score tickets, he got me Miley Cyrus tickets and he got really good seats. So maybe he has like a magic touch. We'll see. But I'll let you know if I'm successful. In other words, for the week, not too much, but I'll just take you through kind of like a normal week. We'll do some meal prepping. We have one of our date nights. If you watched my 2026 intentions, one of the things I wanted to do this year was just kind of pre-plan more like dates and ideas and stuff for me and Murphy. So we're doing one of those this week. There's this really cool thing here in the UK, and I don't know if it's available. I can't really see it being available in the US. It doesn't seem like something many places would do, but it's called First Table. So for anyone in the UK watching, if you don't know, restaurants can put their tables like that are kind of at weirder times that don't always get sold, usually like a little bit earlier or later. So oftentimes around 5:30, 6, some places a little earlier, or different times like lunch times and stuff. And you pay a flat fee. It's usually between like £6 and £8. And then when you go there, you get 50% off your entire bill. And some have like exclusions and then requirements, like most you have to buy at least one beverage per person. If it's a small plates place, they might say you have to order 2 small plates per person. It's a really cool idea to get people to experience new restaurants with a fraction of the price, and yeah, just a cool way for them to continue to fill tables and still make some money rather than no money if those tables went unsat. So we're doing that at a place near us, so I will take you near there and see what we get. It is a small plates restaurant, so I'm excited. It's actually been on our list to go there for a while and we just haven't. So that will be exciting. And other than that, no like concrete plans really. So we'll just kind of see. I like a cozy home vlog. Like when I'm watching vlogs, I like to just kind of see how people like live their lives. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get better at that. I think one thing about doing this now for a while, it's like fun because it gets me out of my comfort zone and like not really caring what people think and stuff, and I like to watch it, so it's kind of fun to do it. But I find that I feel like my life's like pretty boring, like the everyday things, not that much changes. I'm definitely like a routine person, but at the same time, like I'm watching other people do that, so surely like someone finds it interesting, and I think it's maybe interesting for our friends and family to see what we get up to since we don't get to see them very often. But yeah, anyway, I will stop ranting, but we've got 57 minutes to go. Cross your fingers for me, although you'll be watching this after the fact, but I will check in later on whether or not I score some tickets. My friends, I am coming with good news. After 3 tries, we finally got tickets. Not certainly on my part. I was somehow always just too far in the back of the queue, but Kayla got us tickets, so go Kayla, for the show, one of them, and I'm so excited. I haven't gone to a concert in a while. Probably since the Miley Cyrus concert, which was before we even moved abroad. So I'm very excited, and yeah, I don't really love big crowds, but we're gonna do it. And that means Kayla gets to come for a little while, and hopefully I can take her around Bristol. But I thought I would share that good news. We made it through 3 pre-sales before we got tickets. But we did it. Success. Now I need to go to the gym, and then I will be doing some meal prep today, but just had to update you on that. It's very exciting news. Hello again, friends. It is Wednesday, and I was going to film a little bit of the meal prep for you guys, but I am making a YouTube short on that, but there wasn't enough time last night. I was quite busy. Here's Mr. Henry. He's over today because they're doing work at your house. Yeah. But I wanted to share that I made some barbacoa yesterday, and it made quite a bit. I usually batch it, and it's good for pretty much the whole week, and I will insert the recipe in the description in case anyone's curious, but it's like top notch, really high protein, and as long as you're using like a leaner meat. But in the pressure cooker, it's really simple. So I really love them with corn tortillas, really delicious as quesadilla, a burrito bowl with eggs, and also nachos. So it's really versatile, and I pretty much always have like some sort of Mexican dish of some sort or like meat pretty much every week, just because I honestly never get sick of like a burrito bowl, tacos, etc. So I usually make this like once a month. I also make salsa chicken, sometimes pork. It's just really delicious. So I'm going to eat this now, and then I'm actually filming a literary libations for TikTok. If you're into books and stuff, I post those there, and sometimes I put them on here too. But today we're going to the Garden of Easton, which I mentioned is one of my like date things for my intentions, and we're using First Table, so I will take you along and see what we get there. I've heard the food's really good, and it's small plates, so once Murphy gets home we are going to head there. Sorting out some laundry, but I thought we could catch up. We went to Garden of Easton for dinner the other night, and it was really tasty. It was small plates, and my favorite things were the pork belly and the oyster mushroom croquettes, which was surprising to me because I am not really a mushroom person. To be fair, the mushrooms that I have liked before have been oyster mushrooms, so it's not that surprising, but a mushroom-based, like, filled croquette. I was, like, nervous, but because we were doing First Table, so we get 50% off food, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try some new things, and it was really good. We also tried squid. I've had squid as calamari before, but this was whole grilled squid, and it was fine. Like, the flavor was good. It had andouille in it, so that was tasty, and yeah, it was fine, but it wasn't my favorite. I wasn't continuously going back to try a bite. My only gripe with that place was that they had a cocktail menu, but you couldn't really order anything off menu, which was kind of annoying, because first I asked for a martini and they said they couldn't make one, and then I asked for, they had a mezcal margarita on the menu, but I don't like mezcal, so I asked if it could just be with regular tequila, and they said that they batch maked it, or like, I don't know, he just seemed very confused. Long story short, they ended up being able to make me a regular margarita, but it wasn't my favorite. I'm quite picky about margaritas anyway, so that was my only, like, I would say if it lost a star, that would be the reason. But the food was phenomenal. Now, today is Saturday, and we went to a little antique vintage like furniture sale with some friends, and I couldn't really film in there because it was just like, it was chaotic. People had their dogs, they had prams. It was, yeah, I was overstimulated there, but I found a coffee table and I'm so excited about it. So let me show you. Let me preface with I have been looking for a coffee table for a year now. We have lived here for a year and I'm very picky, and I have been to some vintage stores since looking for one, and they just either were like too big or too expensive. But we found this one, and it is a mid-century modern Danish wood coffee table. And it wasn't even in the building, it was on the way inside while we were waiting in the queue to go in, and I saw it and I was like, that's actually like a perfect size. And as soon as we got in, I was just like having like a quick browse around, and I was like, Murphy, I think we just have to buy that before someone else does. So we got it, and I'm just so excited. I'm gonna take this blanket off the couch that's the dog hair cover at the moment to see the full picture. Okay, here's the full vibes. I can put some little like cute books under there, get a candle. So anyway, that's been a very exciting Saturday, and I just got home. I went to go get a wax, and now catch up on housework, really, doing some laundry and dishes. Read. I just finished the 4th book of the House of Devil series, which was fine, and I've also started The Lamb by Lucy Rose, and that is interesting. I wasn't expecting it to be like cannibalism, but I'm gonna see how it unfolds. We shall see. So that's what's been happening. And tomorrow, Pilates. Who knows what else, really. So that's what I've got for you for now. I am doing one of my New Year's intentions today, which is to cook more out of the cookbooks, recipes that we have on hand. And we get The Guardian most Sundays, and they have this little feast section, and I save all of them, and they have some good recipes. So I'm actually making one of those today. I'm making the Fetalicious chicken meatballs, which it's not like that out of my comfort zone, but it sounds good and it's easy to meal prep. So I've almost doubled the recipe, and it's not that different from like my chicken parm meatballs that I make, but I've put more sauce in it so it goes well with pasta. So that's what I'm making today. It's in the oven, and I'm making some protein pasta at the moment. So what I really liked was that it was really quick to put together. Just put all the stuff in a bowl, mix in the chicken, add the sauce, and chuck it in the oven, which is fabulous. So I will shortly let you know how it tastes. Okay, I'm going in for the taste test. Now today I'm doing it with rice just because I had a sandwich earlier, so I don't have as many carbs to use up at the moment. So there it is. Hopefully I don't absolutely scald my mouth. I will say, since I double batched it and the meatballs were like quite large, it took probably like 40 minutes for it to cook. Bon appetit. I can get down with that. I didn't in the recipe it has you put the stuff in the food processor. I just honestly didn't feel like cleaning the food processor, so I just did it by hand. But that means that there's actually like little chunks of feta in the meatball, which I quite like. It's kind of like a nice little surprise. I think it's going to be even better with the pasta, to be honest. So I think I might prefer this to the chicken parm meatballs I usually make because it's a little less involved, not as many ingredients going into the chicken, and it's a little more macro friendly because the other ones, even though I use lower fat cheese, that is not too fatty and it adds a nice salty flavor. Now the recipe also did call for black olives. I'm not really an olive person, but that would just add a little more saltiness if that was your vibe. But just in case you can't see in the video the recipe, I will put it in the description box in case anyone wants to make it, and I will just put the original recipe and you can create double batch or whatever you'd like, but this is really great for meal prep. Now I'm making Murphy the sandwich I had for lunch because I kind of pressed it upon him. I said it was insane because we got these brioche buns with HelloFresh. Insane. It's like the peri peri chicken, the slaw, some of the sauce on this bun. Ooh, it's really tasty. I'll show you once I've made that. He's just on the way home from the gym. So let me whip that up. Here is Murphy's really delicious sandwich that he's about to have. Okay, we have toasted brioche bun, chicken breasts, and I put some Nando sauce on there. We're gonna go in on the bottom with a little bit of the Périnese slaw. Okay, then chicken. 1, 2, more slaw. Bun. And a surprise for you. Because I know it's not gonna be enough for you and I don't have a side, I made you your own little side dish of my dinner.
Nice.
We'll come back for a taste test. Murphy, it's literally so good.
Which one?
The same.
Let's dig into this. Bun is good. Nando's could seal that.
Does it live up to my hype?
It does. Very good.
Nice. Hello again, friends. I wanted to end this vlog by talking about a few new in pieces that I have gotten recently. Most of them are from Vinted, a few pieces new. And I'm gonna do a little YouTube short styling these pieces, but I just wanted to show you a little haul because who doesn't love a haul? Let's start with the new in purchases. I did go to M&S the other day and I had been looking for, I'm trying to get some more browns in my wardrobe as a neutral rather than blacks. So I just picked up a brown turtleneck from there and just a good styling piece. It's just a basic ribbed. And also at M&S I got this t-shirt. It's got a little zip detail and it's like more of a cream color than a white, but I'm trying to find more like short sleeve and tank top options as we're moving into spring and then summer, because that's an area I don't really have a lot. I definitely feel more comfortable in layers and sweaters and whatnot, and I feel like it looks a bit more put together, but I thought this was cute and a little different, so I'm excited to style this. I feel like it can be dressed up or down really easily. I also popped into Zara, and I don't buy a lot from Zara. I feel like it's a lot of trendy pieces and their materials are like kind of meh, but you can find a few good wins there in terms of natural fibers. And one of my sweaters, it's a red sweater, is 100% wool from there. So I actually found this, and this is wool blend, but it's more than 50% wool and then the rest is polyester. And this is just a cute layering piece that isn't just a classic color, and it's super cute, very thin. It looks really cute with a bralette underneath. So also really excited to throw this into the mix, and I think this will be really good for spring as well, just because it is so thin. Finally, for the new in pieces, now this has been on my wish list for quite a while and I just didn't pull the trigger, but these are the Adidas Specials. I really love the gazelles. I will be doing a 1 in 1 out now with these. I have black gazelles that they're just a tiny bit too small, and I've had them for quite a while, and honestly they just kind of look like bowling shoes, so I feel like this is a really good neutral option and can easily put into the mix as a replacement for my black pair just because they are neutral. So I'm really excited about these, and they're very comfy. The sizing is a little bit different on these. I feel like these run just a little bit bigger, but I'm really happy I finally got my hands on these. Now for a few Vinted pieces. If you've watched my 2026 intentions, part of my goal or intention of like having more fun with my wardrobe was when buying pieces to try, if I can, to find more on Vinted. A really good place for me on there is denim, especially because the jeans I have are slowly becoming a little bit too big, so rather than buying them full price and still hoping to drop a little bit of weight, I don't want to spend full price if they're only going to fit for a short amount of time. But I really wanted and was wanting to try these a little while ago was low-rise jeans, but when I went into Abercrombie they just didn't have my size. So I picked up, these are the baggy low-rise, and these have the raw hem on them, and they're not so low rise. Like for me they're kind of just below the belly button, but I got these in a 28, and so they're just a little bit roomier, and they are really, really comfortable. I could wear these all day, and they're actually really cute on, but they are a little more fitted in the leg than the next pair I'm going to show you, which are the ultra loose low rise. Again, these fit just below the belly button on me, and these have a looser leg. And I am really loving these. These are a normal hem, and the waist on these are a little bit tighter, but then everything else is really roomy, whereas these, they're almost could be like a straight leg, to be honest, but they are just a little bit looser so that they're comfortable. But I am really excited to try these out too. I really love the leg and the dark denim wash. And my final recent purchase is another Vinted, and I actually saw this on Pinterest in a few different like styling photos, and I was obsessed with it. Couldn't find it anywhere. It's old Zara, but I found it on Vinted, thankfully, and it's just a satin shirt, and I love the green. And also I love vertical stripes. I'm not a huge horizontal stripe person, except I do love that blue shirt I got, but I love this because it feels like almost a little bit retro, and again can easily be dressed up or down. And I've also been absolutely obsessed with the color green. I forgot about this one. This was my other Vinted purchase, again with the green. You know, I'm really trying to find my color palette, and I feel like greens and blues and like a lighter pink. I'm pretty sure I'm a summer. If any of you have an opinion, if you think differently, let me know. But I had my eye on this dress. This is also Abercrombie, last summer, and when I tried it on in store, the medium was just like a little bit too big in the bust, so I didn't buy it, and I found it on Vinted, and it's like a linen blend, and it's a play suit. It's got like the athletic material shorts underneath, and we are going to Greece this year, and I thought this would be really cute for that trip, and also just for the summer in general, and just easy to move around in. So that is my recent haul, and I will, like I said, do a little styling video with a lot of these, maybe minus the dress for now, but just to have a play and see how things work together. But I'm going to end that vlog here, and I will be doing a separate series working through the Wear It Well book, where I'm kind of editing my closet and figuring out my key words and finding pieces that I feel like I'm missing that would really complete my wardrobe. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you in another video very soon.